Good morning, guys. My other phone wouldn't come on, so that's why you sort of caught me by surprise. I was waiting for something wrong with the broadcasting. Anyway, yes, now the dogs are coming all around because they're trying to figure out why I'm talking and there's no one here. So, I did something I normally don't do. I put the bottom on here, the top is on, and I'm going to start filling it with the lizard litter. What I think I'm going to do, and you can take this quote, probably someone has said this, but the comments have been made that glitter is the herpes of crafts. Well, lizard litter is the herpes of stuffing. Ooh, that little buckeye white hair thing going on here. Yeah, this stuff, I brought my box. I'll turn it so you can see. This is what I put all my lizard litter, shavings, everything, and I just knocked my lizard litter over. Gave you guys a motion sickness moment. I have protected everything as much as I can, and I still have this lizard litter everywhere. Anyway, what I do is I have I don't like using plastic cups. Not that you guys need to know this during this event, but I don't have a lot of items like this around, and these are from one of Miguel's birthday parties, because his birthday party was his birthday's in October near Halloween. So I happen to have a few of these left over, and I managed to not do my OCD. I don't want plastic cups in my house routine to happen. And yes, I am sort of slightly sideways, but I'm trying to get this so you guys can see what I'm doing. But I'm pouring in the lizard litter, and I'm going to put that in first, like I told you guys I do. So it's going to get about 3/4 in here. So it's, if you can see, I know it's really dark and dank, sorry guys, but it's down in there. And then I'm going to take, yes, crunch, crunch, rattle, rattle, try to contain this. I'm going to put it in a cup. Normally I just hold this over the bucket. Hi, Lori. But I'm putting in the shavings. And like I said earlier, Lori, I don't know if you just jumped on. I normally don't have this sewn on here, but I did just to make sure it would fit, and also to speed up the process of showing you guys what I'm doing. I'm not going to sit here and stitch this. I thought what I would do is just show you basically what I do. And this is just hopefully going to be a quick little video. You never know, because I try to keep them, I'm trying to keep them on task when it's a tutorial. But I tend to start telling you all kinds of things because I am too TMI. But again, I have put a large black, I didn't do a construction bag. Hi, Victoria. I didn't do a construction bag, but I do have plastic down. I have an old cloth tea towel down. I have everything. And this lizard litter is still going everywhere. And you guys missed my trying to be funny this morning, that if glitter is the herpes of craft, lizard litter is the herpes of stuffing, because this stuff goes everywhere. I mean, it's not even staying contained. Just bringing this container from my studio to here really just, it's everywhere. I'm going to have to take the broom and the vacuum cleaner and clean the little bits up. We're going to have little grainy feet for a couple days. So I guess this is going to have to motivate me to clean my studio so we can start doing some of these. Hi, Ramona. Some of these, no, there, let me do it. Some of these videos in the studio. Because right now there isn't anywhere for me to sit except at the computer. Candace can testify to that. And thank you, Candace, for coming yesterday. We, Jello, hello. I know, my fingers aren't working either, Ramona. So now I'm putting the lizard litter in there, and I am tapping this down. And I don't know if you can see in there, but yeah, oh wow, that got bigger. See how it's going down in between the shavings? So when you do that, what's happening is it's packing it in more. And like I told you guys, I don't wet mine. Some people do. You really get a hard finish when you do that. But this is a lot of, hi Tracy, Happy New Year to all of you guys. Let me see. And both of my phones are being bratty, so I'm hoping that I can finish this up and show you guys what I'm going to do with the bling that I have, because some of you guys, I don't know if you watched the tutorial. I did put this up really quick on YouTube yesterday on how to put the top and the bottom, and yes, you're seeing my underarms and my stomach and everything. I'm going to start walking soon. It won't be so bad, but anyway, that's a whole nother story. Hair is going into it. Yes, my hair. So when they open this billions of years from now, they're like, oh, look. But I'm thinking of putting this around the edge. This is not that primitive, because here's the, let's see if we can get some of the shavings off so you can even see the piece. This is a B, and it's a little more elegant than some of the other things I've done for drums and what drums usually are. And I'm thinking of putting bling on it, and these are some floral floral flowers that are made out of actually some sort of ribbon, and then it's got these little sequins on there, and it's wire ribbon. And I'm thinking this is going to go around the body of this, just to add something to it, because it's not stitched and there's a lot of that color going on. And I thought about doing a different color, doing other things, and that, see, this lizard glitter is trying to escape, and it just isn't hitting me. So I just grabbed this at Joann's, and we'll see how it works out. It'll take me a little while to say yes or no, because this is definitely a little different than what you do with drums. But you just, once you put the shavings in there, because as you can see, I just poured a whole cup in there, and you can't even see the lizard glitter because it's seeping down between the shavings to the bottom. Because see, I just poured that in, and you can see it. And once I start doing this, which is tapping, you don't see it anymore. Voila, magic. Did you know I was a magician? But yeah, you just keep doing this until you get it to where it's thick, to where you want it, you know, the hardness that you want, and it's full. And it's still going to shift. Again, like I said, some people wet theirs, and it does tend to make it really hard and compact, but I just know that a lot of things, even when they say they're color fast, aren't, and I just don't feel like dealing with it. But I just want to get this full enough where I can show you. Oops, that didn't work. See, I told you this stuff is like ick. Plus it would help if I were doing it better. But this, I was really surprised this whole thing worked out, because I had to back into it a little different. It's not a normal size, so I knew what the size of the circle would be. So I did it a little backwards, but it worked out. It still needs some more in there, but like I told you guys, while you are finishing, no matter what you're finishing, if you're doing this or you're even doing polyfill or wool roving, you still pack and you still stuff as you're going along. I didn't bring my chopstick. Oh, it should have been in here. I usually keep a chopstick in this one. I don't. But I do have this little guy that I use, because when I'm going to start stitching this up, probably not while you guys are watching, because it'll take a while, because this, even just this little bit will take a while, and I don't think you want to sit here and listen to me natter while I'm doing that. But what you start doing is once you've got it, I'll just quickly show you what you do. I have left a needle and thread on, and like I told you guys, normally I don't have the bottom on here. What I do is I do all of this while it's open, and then I start attaching the bottom and moving it around and adding more stuffing to it. And I overstuff it and keep patting it down. But let's see if you guys can see this. And I'm going to move so I can see what I'm showing you. But here, let's put it on top of this. I'm going to have lizard litter everywhere. That'll be what I'll be doing for the New Year, is cleaning up the lizard litter. But you're going to come up and you're going to stick your needle in and you're going to grab the edge of your velvet, pull it, and then go back through and catch the other side for the body and pull it. And you're going to keep doing that until, and as you're doing it, stop every once in a while and put a little more litter in there. You can put more shavings, but now at this point, I'm pretty much going to only put the litter in there unless I feel the bottom needs to be a little stiffer, which it really doesn't. The shavings don't do that. Really, the shavings fluff out and make it harder to get it stiff and hard. And also, since I didn't use 2-ply mat board, I used the interfacing. I'm really going to have to stuff it a little more. Let me put you guys back so I see who's here. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to, yeah, that's my trash truck. They always tend to come when I'm on here. Hi, Faye. But I am just going to keep putting in this lizard litter. And it's amazing, especially since this thing is bigger than they normally are. But you just keep tapping it and pouring more in, and it just keeps going down in those little cracks and filling in the spots and getting stiffer and harder and rounding it out. And the other thing you do when you get to where you only have like a little bit, so it's not going to come rolling out, when you have about an inch or so of a seam, you turn that seam where it's up, and then you start rolling your piece, and that helps make the lizard litter and the other litter pack down and move around so you have room to put more in so you can fill all the spaces. I mean, it's just like putting rocks in something and you're adding the water. Just think of the lizard litter as water, and when you think that you have enough, you still need to put more, because it can just always seep out, but you don't want to have to undo it and put more in. And also, even though the velvet is a thicker fabric and I didn't put interfacing on it to make it stiff, it's going to be a little mushy and move around some because of that. I don't have anything that's making the sides stiff, even though the fabric's stiff, and I made that decision. Plus, the velvet doesn't hold the interfacing as well. It doesn't stick to it as well, or the velveteen, because I use velveteen. But anyway, that is pretty much it. I'll show you how I'm going to attach the bling on my next short little video. It should be in a little bit. I think I'm going to try to get this all knocked out, and then I've got Etsy to get out. But I'm also going to price it out. I'll have only a few, maybe 5 to 6, but I'll have a piece of linen for the top, and then I've got some of the silk thread. It'll be 2 yards of that, and so I'll price that out and tell you if anyone's interested, you can get that. And then I can also price out the body, but I won't be able to do the embellishments because I'm getting them from Joann's, and you guys can go get that. They should have them. You should get it online or find something. I'm quite sure Hobby Lobby will have something. Hi, Betsy. And we need to make that go. My phones are acting up, so I'm hoping, that's why another reason I want to get the second video or tutorial out with putting the bling on the edge of it, because it's acting up and not wanting to let me talk to you guys. I don't know if it's filled up. I need to pull some of these videos and some pictures down. Issa gave me a hard drive for Christmas to try to pull this stuff off, so I will have more space on my phones. But anyway, that's about as tight as I can get it and stuffed as much. See, it's really, it's stuffed, but I feel some areas, like you can see, I can still sort of push on that. That means it's really not tight. The top part's tight, so I'm going to have to sit here and bang on it. And and this might entertain you, but I'm not sure this is what you want to do. But basically what it is I put in I've sewn the top on, and like I said, I normally don't put the bottom on or the top, whichever I'm doing, but I did it just to make this faster and see if it would fit, because this is a different size than I normally use. But anyway, if this top was not on here, it would be easier to get this back side more stuffed, because I'm trying to go in from the top and mush it down. And it's just like when you're putting stuffing in your pieces, like roving or whatever, or poly fill. What you do, that's where the chopstick comes in. If you have, like, with this round piece, I would go in and do the outer edge with roving and pack it in, and then start moving into the middle, and then start putting on top of it. And you put little bits. A lot of people, when they stuff, tend to, even when you're doing this, you need to put it in little bits and pack it down. A lot of people think, oh, I'm just going to grab this huge handful of roving or polyester stuffing or whatever and start sticking it in there. And what happens is you get I call them air pockets, but you get pockets where the stuffing isn't packed in. And then once you do that, I don't care how many chopsticks you use, how much you try to stuff in, you can't get it to a firm, even consistency. So you really need to pull it out. If you start getting into a place, like even if I can't get this back area straight and get it filled in by rolling it and pushing on it, I may have to pour some of this stuff out and start over, because you just can't reach that region. What could help, which I'm going to try to find the chopstick, because it is starting to settle in that there. One thing you can do with the, hi Betsy, you can do with the chopstick is, it's a little easier when you're doing the lizard litter and the other stuff, is to like push the chopstick down in, and it makes a channel in there, and the lizard litter just like starts seeping into that area. But still, it's going to be hard, because there definitely is a pocket over here that's just really soft. It's like an air pocket. Anyway, I think that's all for the stuffing. I'm going to upload this to YouTube in a few minutes, hopefully, if my phones start behaving. And I will be back on in a little bit to show you how to attach the bling, and if I'm going to put the ribbon on there, and then we'll be done. And I will get a price out for you guys, and this chart will be available on my Etsy soon, probably by the weekend. But what I'll do with I got to figure out how many yards of the thread I have, and this is not an infomercial and an obligation, I'm just letting you guys know. But that will probably, I'm throwing it out there, and if anyone wants one, they'll tell me, and I'll say if I have enough. And unless no one takes it, and then I'll be sad. But no, just kidding. Bye, Ramona. What I'll do is put it on there, and you guys can see if you want one, and if not, then I'll put it up on my Etsy. But thanks for watching this, and I'll put the embellishments on. I'll finish like stuffing this and packing it down, and I'll see you guys in a little bit, and then I'll handle my Etsy and then figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of my day. Have a lovely, wonderful, Happy New Year, New Year's Eve, and I will talk to you in a little bit. Thanks.